Wait until Amy shows you all of the versions of cable crossovers that you can do on the Revolution. It's really, really amazing. So I'm going to have her start with this arm position. The adjustable arms are in number 5 because that is roughly, you take a look at this, roughly the height of her shoulders. Now, if I was sitting here, it might be a little taller. I might adjust them up. Well, I just have to check and see. But I'm going to say the number 5 is a good place to start for your standard forward cable crossover motion. And really a cable crossover motion has traditionally just been a fly that was performed with a cable instead of a dumbbell. So it's kind of a straight arm thing or a static arm thing, meaning even if you have a little bend, it stays that way the whole time. She's going to kind of keep her shoulder blades from moving too much. She's not throwing them real far forward and slouching when she goes forward. So she's keeping that rib cage up nice and controlling everything, controlling how far back they go to where they're just about even with her sides. That's perfect. But that's the forward fly. Now watch what we can do here. If I bring this arm up to, let's see, what is that, number 4, and bring this one up to number 4 now, because the pulleys went up high, we're going to move the motion ever so slightly down below that forward position. So there's a decline, maybe a 10-degree decline on the cable crossover. We can adjust that again. Position number 3 gives us a little deeper decline. That almost looks like the traditional cable crossover and the old machines we had in gyms where the pulleys were always much higher than our heads. That's a lot like this. So there's 3 variations so far. Let me show you some more. I'm going to come down this time below the position number 5 where we started. Position number 6, because the pulleys are low, the motion will be high. So she's doing about a 10-degree incline cable crossover. Pretty cool. There you go. Everything else has stayed the same, just the plane of motion has changed. One more change there relative to the incline or decline thing. So this is going to be a higher, closer to about a 30-degree or so incline. Getting worn out there, Amy? Those are all great exercises. Now let me show you something else you can do. I really love this. I'm going to bring this one up to number 6. I'm going to bring this one back up to about a number, I don't know, about a number 3. Notice how they're opposite each other at opposing angles here. And she's going to move downward like a decline on one, upward like an incline on the other. That is a great diagonal crossover. Now listen, here's some other things that we could talk about. Watch this. We'll take this handle. One of the great things about these webbing handles is I can have her move to a grip that was more of what we called a vertical grip or a hammer grip. Now, as she grabs a hold of that with a palm up, as she brings it across, she can turn, so reach on out there like this, and rotate. Yep, there you go. So as she comes across, she's rotating also. If you did that on every one of those, you're adding even more variations. She could do it on both sides. Now look, right now she's doing one at a time. So she could do both arms together, bilateral, one at a time, unilateral. She could, get this, this is weird. Got it? That'll work. She could simultaneously alternate, so this one's forward while this one's back, and then as this one goes back, she brings this one forward. Just a little fun little coordination thing there. And you could also, instead of holding yourself upright, which she's working so hard right here because she's not leaning against anything, we could use the leg press seat, which would be short but would help stabilize her low pack, put it on the seat, slide it back down here, and then she would be totally supported down here in the lumbar spine. There's even another way to do this. Bottom line is, if you're creative and you understand everything we just showed you, there are at least 72 different variations of cable crossovers right here because of the amazing engineering of the Revolution.